com and the director of the Austin Comedy Film Festival. And we've got an event coming up, Austin Comedy Film Festival Fall 2022 will be taking place at the Austin Film Society Cinema in just a couple of short weeks on November the 8th. It'll be a final event of the year. We're going to show all kinds of films, series episodes, music videos, everything you can think of with the intention of making you laugh. All content that's 30 minutes or less. And we are joined by director Jody Lynn Thomas, who is... Hi, Jody. It's so good to see you, and congrats on your nomination for Best Dark Comedy Series. I think that's amazing. You make the judges look good. This is such a great... I was just commenting on, if we had a poster contest, which we should, you would win because that poster is crazy. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
All right. Well, let's get into it. I am really bad about giving away the synopsis to films. So I'm going to go ahead and let you tell me, about this video or this episode, and tell me a little bit about the series.
Absolutely. Willa's a dark comedy pilot. It's a dark comedy take on a woman who suffers from suicidal ideation, and she's dealing with the repercussions of her mental health issues, basically.
Mm. All right. And what about this? And that is that pretty much the theme for the series? There's some other characters.
That is the theme for the series. There are other characters, but it's very much centered around her mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mental health, a big issue. Did you shoot this during COVID, or before, after? When was the time?
Right before. It was 2018, end of 2018, and then we went in. I had to take a break from submitting it to festivals and everything because of finances and the pandemic, obviously. So it was kind of like right before then that hit, and that kind of just like put a pause on everything. But luckily, I already had everything shot and kind of put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to create this story? I mean, obviously mental health issues. Were you influenced by a particular person or a story or a personal experience? What happened here?
Myself. Yeah. It's kind of a science experiment of what ifs in my life. So it has to deal with mental health issues that I've gone through. And then it's kind of like a play on it, like having fun with the concept of it. And, to make it more palatable for myself and others, but also just kind of like a journey on like certain things that happened. And then I was kind of thinking in my brain, like, oh, what if this happened? What if this happened? And then I just kind of had fun with it, honestly. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being transparent about that. That's kind of a personal story to you.
It is.
Producing this story, getting this done. Any challenges, any bumps in the road along the way, or was the whole shoot just perfect?
Oh no, it wasn't perfect, but I'm glad I did it. I think the bar scene was, it's still to this day like my least favorite scene. Finances were a big issue. We didn't have very much to shoot with. I think the biggest thing that I took from shooting this was, kill your babies. Like, don't try to, if you don't have all the funds that you need to shoot what you want to shoot, maybe try to pare it down or cut it down. I think the scenes that really worked for the final product were the ones where I kept it simple. And the things that didn't work as well are the ones that I tried to make something happen that I just didn't have the funds for. And so, and because this is my first that I've ever made, I was just, really shooting to the moon. And I'm not saying don't shoot, obviously try if you can, but also like learn when, it works to just pull back a little bit.
All right. Well, I didn't know it was your first one. That's pretty, you're knocking it out of the park for our first time.
Thank you.
Very good job on this.
Thank you.
So talk to me about the future for you. What is it that you are working on? First of all, I'll say, what's the future of the series? And then the second part of the question is, what's the future for you personally, as far as film and TV projects are concerned? What do you have going on?
Sure. So with Willa, I have yet to write a second episode, but that would be the next goal, is to write a second episode, write a third episode. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with it. I have this like dream that Phoebe Waller-Bridge just like contacts me out of the blue and is like, I want to pair up and like write this video, which, you know, would be a huge dream come true. So that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, you never know, but most likely, you know, I think she's got a lot on her plate already that she's working on. That would be what I want to work with someone who has a very strong female voice like her, to kind of work with me on it. But I haven't gotten to the next step with it. So it's kind of a proof of concept. It's kind of just like putting it out there, seeing what the feedback is, seeing how people respond to it, and then kind of taking it from there. It was honestly just a project that I made for fun, and it was kind of like a therapeutic exercise. So I wasn't even expecting it to do as much as it's done. I was just going to write a script, and then now here we are.
I love it.
Yeah. And then on a personal, I'm an actor mostly. Like, number one, I focus on my acting career. And so I've been doing a lot of that. I have a movie coming out, and hopefully I make the final cut, called Maggie Moore's. I don't know when it will be released. I've done a dark comedy pilot for somebody else. Oh, it's not comedy, sorry. It's just dark, I think. Dark horror. It's dark horror. Ooh. It's like a dark horror pilot for somebody else, where I did a lead role on that. So I'm waiting for that. And then I just finished doing a feature film where I was a lead role against Basil Hoffman, who sadly passed away last year. We just hit the film festival with this comedy feature film. So I've been kind of doing things here and there, and yeah, it's been great.
So you consider yourself more of an actor than a director? Is that it?
Absolutely. This is my first time ever directing, my first time ever writing, not my first time producing, but my first time kind of like playing all those hats. That was another thing that I learned. It's really hard to wear all the hats. Like, maybe next time I might step back on one of the roles or something like that, because something seems to kind of suffer, you know, when you're trying to do every single thing if you don't have enough help from the outside. So so that is something I learned. Like, maybe it might be fun to direct something where I'm not starring in it as well, because I think some of the acting suffered because I'm directing it, you know. I think it really helps sometimes to get that other eye. So yeah. So this is the first time.
Well, I didn't see your acting suffering it, but I will tell you, you're good at directing. You might want to explore that just a little bit more, and see how far that can go. So, well, good concept, very well put together, good story. You make the judges look good. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
Very welcome. Are you going to be there?
I am going to be there, and I'd like to thank the judges for picking my project. The judges in Austin for letting me be a part of this and enjoying it. And it's really nice when other people actually get your concept and enjoy it and want it to be a part of their festival. So thank you for that. And yes, I'm going to be there. You guys got it, right? You guys have it.
Oh, yeah.
You have it?
We got it. No,
it's going to scream. It's going to scream. Yeah.
You are very welcome. And we appreciate the kind words. And there's a special place in my heart for people who can look at mental health issues and translate it through comedy, but it's enlightening at the same time to like bring light to issues that people are suffering from, you know. And there's a lot of people that are affected, especially, that's why I asked the COVID question. Coming out of COVID, for a lot of people, it was therapy to kind of like to make something, emotions and everything that we went through. So it's very impressive what you did, and I think it'll resonate. So good job, and can't wait to see the actual live screening.
Same. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.